How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to I Don't Know, Though. Fuck.
Wow.
I was like, what comes after this?
Great start.
A restart. One more time. Clap sync. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to I Don't Know, Fuck. Keeping it in, Derek. Don't edit it out. Don't edit around it. I swear to God. Welcome back to I Don't Know, the show on the internet where I fuck up the intro and we talk about things, but not just any things. We have people who write in on to our show and on Reddit and on Yahoo Answers and Quora and everywhere else on the internet looking for advice. They're looking for solutions to their problems in their everyday lives, and we are here the most qualified to answer them, or the least qualified. One of those.
Either way.
You know. And so I'm joined as always. I guess I didn't introduce you as my boy.
It's me, the Noah.
My sweet baby angel, the Noah. And shall we just jump right into it?
For sure.
Okay. So I snorted hole punches and now they're stuck up my nose. Help! What do? I thought it would be funny to snort hole punches and they're all stuck up in my nose. My nose is bleeding like crazy, and all these paper cuts are bleeding like crazy. Come on, fucking Derek, you want to cut that out?
You dyslexic or something?
No, stop. Okay. I don't know what to do. I thought it would be funny to snort hole punches, and they're all stuck up my nose. My nose is bleeding like crazy from all the paper cuts that are up there. I'm at school, and I don't want to go to the nurse, because I'm going to have to explain to her how dumb I am, and she's going to call my parents. My friends say the hole punches will become part of my nose if I don't get them out soon. What the fuck do I do? Help. Any thoughts?
Goodness.
This person is having a predicament.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever looked at a pile of hole punches and thought, man, I'm gonna Scarface.
I'm gonna breathe that in.
Let me just
absorb that into myself.
You know how I thought it would be funny to snort hole punches. You know, the class clown.
Yeah.
He's like sometimes like, whoa, making a
wacky
spectacle.
Yeah.
He just does a line of hole punches,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's got what he deserved. I guess. I don't think they'll become part of your nose, just because. No. To throw that out there, kind of soothe your nerves a little bit.
Yeah, they're organic, right? So like they'll dissolve eventually. No, not organic.
Is paper organic? Well, I guess it comes from.
It's
trees.
a carbon-based life form, so organic. There's two different types of the word.
I don't think it'll become part of your nose. You will probably have some sinus issues for a while, though. I couldn't imagine like paper cuts up in your nose. Oh. Like I've pulled out nose hairs by accident before, and that hurts like a bitch. Like I could not imagine.
Just putting some little tiny saw blades in your nose and just letting them go ham.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh man.
So what would you do?
I would definitely go to the nurse and be like, "Yo, nurse, I'm a dumbass.
Yeah.
I am fully aware before you say it to me."
Have you ever done anything dumb enough to go to the nurse that you're just like, or to like have to go to the nurse and then you don't want to because you're embarrassed about it?
I don't think so. I mean, one time a friend was like, I was stupid and gullible at the time, but I'm not anymore.
Oh, sure.
But he was like, "Have you ever smelled sour skittle powder?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "It smells really weird. Like, see what's up." And then I just get a big old whiff of it, and obviously it goes right into my nose. Oh, it was awful. Eyes watering. Like,
that sounds terrible.
Oh, it burned. It burned.
That's like snorting salt.
Yeah. No, it was not pleasant.
Oh.
But I didn't have to go to the nurse or anything.
Yeah.
But
you just.
I felt like a dumbass, and if I had to go to the nurse, I would have been a dumbass.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done anything like that with my schnoz. Like, my schnoz is fucked up enough as it is. This big old fella. But, I don't know. I think the only thing that I was remorseful about going to the nurse's office for, and wait, did I talk about this? Did I talk about this on your podcast? I broke a kid's nose.
Yeah, you did talk about that.
Okay. But yeah, no, I broke a kid's nose by throwing him off a stage, and that's the one thing I was just like, fuck, I don't want to do this. For those of you, if I didn't talk about it on this show, it wasn't on purpose. I didn't do it on purpose. I swear to God. But he was the weird kid who ate glue. So I mean, what can you blame me? All right, let's move on to this one called "Should I Start Going by Lexi?" Hey guys, my name is Alexa, and at this point, the Amazon Alexa jokes have made me hate my name. I used to love my name, and I feel like I should kind of give up on it. I know it sounds dumb, and it's not like a real problem, but for me, it's very important, as I've always thought my name was special to me. I really love the fact that my name wasn't super common and it sounded cool in my head. I felt like it represents me. But now, that's ruined. It's incredibly annoying to hear the same jokes over and over all the time. Honestly, I have a few people just calling me Alex or Lexi already, and I don't mind, even if it doesn't feel like it represents me as much as Alexa does. So, do you think I should embrace it? Should I stand by it? Or should I just give it up and take on Lexi? Thanks.
It's a really small problem.
Yeah, it is. we handle problems of all sizes here.
I know.
It's not about the size of the problem.
She needs our help.
It's how you use it.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever had an issue with someone, like, calling you a name or something that you didn't like? Like, are you proud of your name, Noah?
Yeah, I like Noah now. When I was younger, I was like, I want to be Nathan. But now that I'm older, I'm like, Nathan's a nerd name.
Nathan's like, yeah. That's
which is fitting for me, but it doesn't mean I want to be Nathan.
Yeah, Noah's kind of like a, Bible-loving person.
That's me. That's fitting.
You'd want to go and be on a boat.
Yeah. No.
A bunch of animals.
People say all that shit all the time. They're like, oh, Noah, when's the ark coming? When's the flood coming? And I'm like, okay, guys. Like,
has it ever gotten to the point that you'd thought about changing your name purely because of that?
No.
But
it's also like one of those things that's like, most people don't bring out the Bible jokes very often. So,
yeah.
Whereas Amazon Alexa is a lot more pop culture. So. Yeah.
Because, like, especially with, like, did you see that? It's like, when I'm sad, Alexa, play Despacito 2 or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And, like, all that it really hopped into, like, meme culture. But, like, where am I? Okay, there we go. Sorry. I was looking at my notes. Do you think she should sue for this?
Sue?
Yeah, she's like, hey, Alexa ruined my life. You guys stole my name.
Sue Amazon.
So I have that as a note here on the side, and I was like, I don't remember writing that, but I'll bring it up.
But it's great.
Yeah, it's just like, could you like write Amazon? It's like, you guys ruined my life. Like that one person who was like, Frozen is my fan fiction that was stolen by Disney.
No.
Like, they tried to sue for it, and it was some big thing.
Did they get anything?
No.
I didn't think so.
They absolutely did not. Disney is a huge corporation.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, Amazon's huge, but I'm just imagining Jeff Bezos sitting in his office being like, you ruined my life. And he's like, $1,000.
He's like, yeah, here you go. Whatever. They're pretty good about, their returns. So I'm sure they're just like, oh, hey, you want $5 credit towards your next, like, free shipping? Here's Prime for a year. Go shut up. But no, have you ever, like, had something annoy you? Or, like, people say, I mean, you kind of mentioned the Noah's Ark thing. Is there anything else, like, to that?
I don't think so. I mean, obviously it was kind of annoying, but, like, it's not something that ever persisted.
Gotcha.
And so I feel like since this is a pop culture thing, pop culture doesn't last very long. So it'll probably blow over.
Yeah, just stick with Alexa.
So take Lexi for 6 months or something if you have to, but Alexa will be a fine enough name.
Yeah, I think it'll be okay. I think they'll come up with something else that's other than Alexa maybe. But Alexa is a cool name. I will give it that.
For sure.
I've always liked it. And then when they're like, oh, Alexa, I'm like, oh, that's something I could say and not found stupid. Just like, computer.
Yeah.
No, I did have a bad name. The only bad name that came from mine. So my birth name is Jose, which people know if they listen because
I always forget.
Yeah, you always forget. I go by Joey now. So yeah, I guess I have changed my name. I changed my name in part because I never really liked Jose. I was like, this doesn't really like feel like me. But then also on top of that, I started doing photography. And I found that people were more likely to hire me in the small towns I worked in if I went by Joey instead of Jose. That if that doesn't tell you a little bit of something about Kansas, then I don't know what does. But I also think that Joey's like just cuter, easier to market. So I was like, oh, Joey's cool. But the worst I ever got, because for some reason people don't know how to say my fucking name. One guy called me Jose. After I was in like a fun run thing for a cancer thing, for a cancer fundraiser, and I won like my age group. I don't remember how old I was, but I'd done like the most laps or the most miles, and so they called me up and they're like, Jose Morno, and I'm sitting there in my tent and I'm like, because my family had like a booth set up, and I was like, there's no way
that he messed up a 4-letter name.
It's like, you can't mess up Jose Moreno. I mean, like, Moreno I get.
Yeah.
Whatever. But Jose? And so I walked up, I was like, hi. He's like, hey, did you run in this whatever? I was like, yeah, that's me. He's like, this is for you. And I'm like, okay. But the fun thing about that is that I actually took that and turned it around because I thought it was funny. And so I volunteer at a camp every year, and I go by Jose every time I go back, just because then I can kind of tell where people know me from. And so it's like, if you know me as Jose, then you probably knew me in high school. If you know me as Jose, you probably met me at Boys State. If you know me as Joey, you met me in college.
Yeah.
And so there's just like these 3 sections of my life that I now have segmented out. And if I move somewhere else, then I'll have to start going by like Drew.
Just Joe. Yeah.
I'll go by Joe. Oh, I hate that.
That's not great.
Joe's a gross name.
No, but
sorry if anybody is named Joe.
So Alexa can take advantage of that and be like, well, Alexa's what you like want to be, but you can also like take Lexi and make it yours too.
Yeah, it's true. You could save it because what are the 2? Alex, Lexi, and Alexa. You could also go by double A, which is Lex. Or Lex. So yeah, absolutely. I'd say do it. It sounds like you're in high school. So I mean, that to me, honestly, that has proved to be super useful because I don't remember names very well, but I can actually narrow it down as to where I met someone. If they're like, oh, hey, how's it going, Joe? So I'm like, hey, what's up? How you been since Boys State? And then I have like a thing to start on. So I think you could turn it to your advantage. I don't think you should change your name. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it unless because if you're around people who have already known you as a certain name, like my transition from Jose to Joey was rough. Like everyone's like, why is your new name on like Facebook and Instagram Joey? Like what the hell? I'm like, well, this is what I go by now, and it's just I like this name better.
Yeah, that could be a pain.
And then some people, because it doesn't offend me when people call me Jose, but some people take it way too far where they're just like, Jose, I mean Joey. And I'm like, it's okay. Like, it's not gonna hurt my feelings, you know. But with you, as long as people don't make the joke, I think once you get to college, it'll be easier. So maybe take Lexi or Lex or Alex now, and then go to college and change it. Because trust me, moving to a new place, you can literally reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's all I have on that one. Let's move on to our next question, which is a little bit more personal, a little bit more awkward. So I hope you're ready. Just strap in now.
I love personal and awkward.
All right. But it's so awkward. It starts out with, this is really awkward and kind of gross, so I apologize in advance. My boyfriend and I have been together for about 4 months. He's great. We work very well together. And we have a very active sex life. However, about 3 days ago, I developed a painful, I'm going to fuck this up, Bartholin's cyst on my lady bits. It's not an STI and actually happens when I use scented tampons. But because it's so painful, I've been avoiding sex with my boyfriend, being polite and being the polite and understanding person that he is. He's fine with this and hasn't questioned my no. I do worry, however, that he'll start to believe that I simply don't want to have sex with him. Would it be gross to tell him the truth about the cyst, or should I just keep avoiding sex until it goes away? I worry about grossing him out or scaring him away, since the relationship is fairly new. Any thoughts or advice would be much appreciated. This has been mortifying. Thanks.
Lie.
Lie? You would say don't tell him?
Lie all the time. It's the easiest scenario in every...
Noah's answer to all of your relationship problems is lie.
Not even relationship, just any problem.
You can keep track of them. They tell you that it'll just snowball. It will. Keep a journal. Pull that shit out every now and then. It's like, you make a lie? All right. So
they reference back to you. You reference back to yourself even earlier.
Oh, there you go. Just lie. Just be like, hey, listen, I don't want to have sex with you because you're disgusting. Your dick's gross. Ooh, maybe if there's like one thing you don't like about him, you could point that out and be like, this is why I don't want to have sex with you.
And then he'll change it?
Then he'll change it just to have sex. And then you're like, ooh, win-win. You stop using scented tampons. He changes the fact that he, I don't know, fucking shaves his dick
Chews with his mouth open.
He chews with his mouth open. That he cleans his ears after sex. My favorite, like, to tangent just a little bit, my favorite, like, little pet peeve that kind of, like, builds up is from Black Mirror. I think it's called Hang the DJ. When they're doing the matchmaking episode.
Yeah.
And the girl's with the guy who, like, after every drink, he just goes, and then she's with him for, like 2 years or whatever. And he's like, every time. And then she starts making fun of him and he gets all pissed about it. It's like those little kind of things that build up are always shitty. But just back to it. How soon into a relationship do you start sharing gross stuff? Like reveal that you're a disgusting human being?
Probably a couple months at least.
A couple months.
Yeah.
So exactly 2 or like 2 years?
No, like 3 or 4 probably is when like those things start to come out more.
Mm-hmm. So like that's like how soon you like fart in front of a significant other. Will you ever do that?
No, because mine are bad, and that could like drive someone away that I've known for 5 years.
For 5 years. Yeah. No, I have this weird thing where, and I think, yeah, I've definitely talked about this on the episode. Where it's like I don't fart in front of people if I can help it at all. Like it has to be like really built up. Like feel like my intestine is ballooning out before I like let anything out in front of someone. But that's hard when you start like sleeping next to people. But you were gonna say something?
Oh, I don't know. I was not gonna say something. But
I heard you take like a preemptive breath. But I don't know. I don't think this is too soon. Like it's 4 months.
Is that what she said?
4 months? She says about 4 months into the relationship. I don't know. You could probably tell him. Would you like?
I just don't go in full detail. Just be like, things are like hurting like down there. Like I know what's going on. Like you don't need to, but like
fair enough.
Don't be like, I don't want to have sex with you, because that might be what he's thinking.
I would dive straight into the nitty gritty details.
Yeah.
Just be like, all right, so my vagina, right around the whatever labian fold,
northeastern quadrant,
the northeastern in quadrant A7 of my vagina, my vaginal cavity, up near my cervix.
A benign, whatever,
wart?
Something cyst.
Yeah, cyst. There we go. Yeah. Gross. Vaginas are nasty. You should feel bad about having one. Next question. No. So what if? Let's switch it around a little bit. So if your dick hurt, right?
Yeah.
It's good. Like you to have sex. How would you handle that if your girl's just like trying to hop on you?
I don't know. Let her. No, if it hurt.
Let her.
I stopped for nothing.
I smile through the pain. As long as she's taken care of, I'm taken care of.
No, yeah, I think that's just something where you just like kind of like pull them to the side and just be like, yeah, no, let's just like cuddle tonight and stuff. So
you wouldn't bring it up. You'd just be like, I don't.
If I could, I mean, if it was like persisting for like week or two or something, then it's like, okay, like this is like what's going on, but like it'll be away, so don't worry about it.
Gotcha. Oh yeah. So my final note here. I started taking notes, dude. I'm officially a podcaster.
Professional.
So you've been with the girl for like 3 or 4 months, and about let's say 3 months into it, she stops wanting to have sex with you. Like say you guys have had like a really active sex life, and then all of a sudden it's just like nah, and then it persists for like I don't even know how long a cyst usually stays. I think it's like about like a couple weeks to a month. So like for a month, like no matter how you advance, it's just like keeps shutting you down. How do you feel?
Yeah, I do feel bad. I don't feel great.
Yeah.
Like even if you're like in the back of your head, you're like, okay, there's something like going on. It's not probably me, but like it's still like, but it could be me. And it's always sitting there. So like that's why you got to bring things like up. Like it's not you, it's me.
The number one killer of relationships is bad communication. Trust me, I know I don't talk.
So communicate through lies if you have to.
So our two bits of advice for you are lie, but communicate that you're lying. Just like tell them a lie. No, I think you should just like tell them. But I'll agree with you. If I like you for a month, my lady was like, oh, I'm not gonna have sex with you. I don't want to have sex. Like every time, I'm like, why? I'm horny.
Yeah. Like after a little bit, I would be like, what's going on? Like so, has something happened? Like did I do something? Are you mad at me? Yeah. Oh, I know I'd pick it up. I feel like I can read people pretty well.
Yeah. So maybe. I meant like start the conversation with her.
Oh, would I do that? Yeah.
Be like, listen, babe, I want to bang. Why don't you want to bang me? We did it for
sure. But like the third time you get shut down or something, you'd be like, okay, there's something going on. Like, are you mad at me? Like, or did I do something wrong? I don't know. So.
Maybe this guy's just a shitty guy. Maybe this is revealing that he's just like, I don't know, whatever. He's like seething in his own semen. Oh, that's gross. But yeah, I think you should just talk to him about it. I think 4 months is early enough to kind of like go in and like tell him some details, but not all of them. So yeah, don't lie. Let's probably don't do that. Okay, let's move on to a 23-year-old girl who weighs about 90 pounds and is worried about her boobs. All my life, I've been pretty small. I'm about 5'4" and 90 pounds. A lot of people tell me that they wish they had my body, but I wouldn't wish that on anyone. The problem is that my boobs are almost non-existent. I want them. Cleavage would be awesome, but I don't want a boob job. I think that would look odd with such a small frame. Is there anything else I can do? I'm constantly trying to gain weight and it doesn't happen. Help!
So believe it or not, I have this exact same problem.
You want boobs, and no matter what you do.
I'm so skinny,
You're just so
and I can't
small.
I can't gain weight.
Oh.
No.
So, have you ever tried to gain weight? Like, I know that you're like a thinner dude, but I don't know if like...
No, it's never been something like that I've been like, oh, I really need to pack on 20 pounds, whether it was like for a sport or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I've never had a need to be
Even
bigger.
when like you were a kid, I know some people when they're like kids, they like, and they're skinny and their metabolism's so fast, they like are underweight. And so doctors tell you just like, oh yeah, shove food inside this child's
No,
mouth.
because I don't think I was ever like an unhealthy weight. I think I was just always really tall. And so it like stretched me out faster than I could gain weight.
Gotcha.
And so it wasn't like, oh, I'm small and I'm frail. And it's just like, oh no, it's just, I've always just been on the lower end of like what a healthy weight should be.
Okay. Well, what do you think about this? So she doesn't want a boob job, but I mean, she doesn't have to get like huge
like not like
tits,
double
right?
D's or
Yeah,
anything.
she doesn't have to get like stripper
Because that would
boobs.
be weird. No.
Yeah.
And you see people who like go up like 3 sizes or something. And you're like, wait.
Hold on. Why did you get hot? Something here has changed, and I think it's in this area, but I can't put a finger. No, like you could get like from an A cup to like a B cup, or like A cup to a C cup even would probably not look bad. And like, if you're worried about proportionality, like just in all honesty, you could get some Nicki Minaj ass implants. No, you could work out. You can. I've seen tons of people who work out and gain an ass. Like it doesn't matter how small you are as long as you're working the right muscles.
It doesn't work quite the same way with boobs though, does it?
No.
I didn't think so at all.
You can't work boobs on because boobs are primarily fats. Yeah. Or in your case, they will be primarily saline or something.
Yeah.
Wait, do they use saline in the? I don't know.
Silicon.
Silicon. Oh.
Right? Maybe? No. I'm not sure. Maybe. Derek, Google it.
Boobs. Let me just Google boobs right now on the podcast. No, you could probably like if you're really dedicated to it. I think what's really important is that you accept yourself, like your body image and stuff. Not to take it too serious. I feel like we're helping her too much. We're not making fun of her. But like your self worth is really important, or I think it is anyways. So even if some people think it's vain to like, oh, you got a boob job, oh, you're like trying to modify yourself to make yourself feel better. It's like if I could, I would probably get a nose job, like because it's like that's the one thing. Not the one thing, but it's like one of the things on my face that I'm like, I'm not like super proud of this. And then like there are things you can do to like make yourself happy. Like for instance, working out. And that's like, it's healthy. It's a healthy habit. Gets your heart healthy, lungs healthy. And for me, I lost a bunch of weight. And so now I'm a little bit happier with myself. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Do you think if you like got a nose job, do you think something else would spring up that you'd be like, oh, now I hate this now that I don't have my nose drawing my attention?
I think it'd probably be my personality and my really like just awful
just
laugh.
the rest of me.
Just the rest, like the fact that I'm a mouth breather.
When I don't have a lightning rod, the hate just goes everywhere.
The nose lightning rod, it's just so long, it catches all the hate. No, after that it'd be, I'd probably get my tonsils taken out before anything, TBH, before getting my nose taken care of, because those bad boys trying to kill me every fucking couple months. But no, I think we helped her. Just do whatever you need to do to be happy with yourself, right?
Yeah, just like either accept yourself, or if you can't do that, if you hate it so much, then work on it a little bit.
Accept yourself before you wreck yourself. And now we're gonna take a small break while I restart the camera. But anyways, hey, welcome back. We were gone for a second because I had to restart a camera. Sorry if you're watching the audio podcast, listening to the audio podcast, because that does not pertain to you at all. Okay, let's answer one more question.
Dun dun.
I am a female, and I'm... okay, hold on, I'm sorry. Am I the only girl who has a trough?
Just take all your time you need.
Just,
you can handle it. I swear.
We've got a whole another 30 minutes on the camera.
Yeah, and we're gonna spend it all reading this
all
question.
of it reading this one ad.
And then we're gonna answer with a yes or a no.
Okay. Oh, hey, do you want to actually scoot in a little bit? Yeah, there you go. Because I'm on this corner, and then, yeah. There we go. We're about even. Okay. I'm back. Am I the only girl who has a hard time befriending girls? I have a ton of guy friends, but literally only 1 to 3 girls who I barely talk to. I feel like I wouldn't vibe well with them, and they'd be annoyed with me. I used to be close to some girls in the past, but I can't even hold a simple conversation with them now. Also, I have anxiety, and I'm shy when speaking to girls. How can I change this? Noah, thoughts?
How questions,
do you talk to
concerns.
Girls?
How do I talk to girls?
Yeah.
Probably not the same way girls talk to girls.
Nah, it's the same.
Because I do it super sly and coy.
Oh, of course.
Super smooth.
Okay, so I'm just some lady chilling on the bus. How do you slide in?
How about that weather? How about that weather?
Sorry, what? My headphones were on?
The weather?
Huh?
How about it?
It's okay.
Yeah, the weather. Like
It's cold.
It's a little chilly.
Yeah, I'm going to put my headphones back on.
No,
now.
please don't. I'm so cold and
listening to
lonely.
Coldplay.
The inside's cold. The outside's cold. What do I do?
Yeah, this is my stop. I'll see you later. No, do you have, you have a little bit of anxiety, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like I have some social anxiety I've noticed in this last year. I didn't know that I had.
Mm-hmm.
But like, how do you deal with yours?
The nice thing about my anxiety is it like goes away pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just need to be like comfortable in my surroundings. But like if I have to like speak in front of people, like just like when you're like going around in a circle for the first time meeting people and they're like, say your name, your major, and your like favorite donkey. And then I just like panic. I'm like, there's so many good donkeys. Eeyore's all right, but Donkey from Shrek's great too. And then I just panic
Name
a little
one
bit.
more donkey.
Please don't make me. How about Don Quixote?
What?
Don Quixote?
Who's that?
It's a joke. It's Don Quixote is the book, like The Adventures of Don Quixote. But like a Don Quixote.
Don Quixote. You got me. I didn't know. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Who is that?
Yeah, no, you said my favorite donkey, like your favorite donkeys. I was like, I don't.
Is there any more donkeys?
2
Pinocchio, when he becomes a donkey. When they like go to the little
There's
club
no
or
way
whatever.
that can be your favorite donkey. That's such a shit.
When they're all tortured donkeys.
Yeah.
I like them when they're half boy.
I don't. We're gonna gloss over that. Another donkey. Hold on. I really want to think of another donkey now.
Sorry. The Democratic Party donkey.
There you go. That's my favorite donkey. Oh no, this is a donkey llama right here in front of us.
That's way more llama than donkey.
It is.
It's 1%
It's
donkey.
actually the doggy llama is what I named it because it looks like part dog, part llama.
There you go.
But no, I don't know another donkey. Anyways, so,
my one joke took.
Yeah, how do you deal with that? Like you can't think of your favorite donkeys and all that.
I don't. I look stupid. I feel stupid. I probably actually don't look as stupid as I feel, and that's something you can remind yourself. Is you're like, oh, they hate me, and then you're like, okay, actually, they probably just see me as like what I would normally act like, and inside there's a lot more pressure, and I might be a little more stiff, but for the most part, I'm the same.
Yeah, people are people, so I mean, all you gotta do is talk to them and like understand that you're both human. Because I have this issue too when I want to meet new people, or like on the bus is the hardest place, but the only place that I actually end up meeting people. The reason it's the hardest because everyone has their fucking headphones on, and nobody on public transit wants to be talked to,
and no one's expecting to be talked to.
Yeah, and so if you talk to them, then they're already out of their element and uncomfortable. The fact that you're a stranger in a public place and a place that they don't really want to be, like no one really.
So their
wants
walls
to be on a
go
bus.
straight up.
And so like whatever. And so the way I deal with that is just by understanding the fact that they are also a person, and it's like, oh well, how would I react if some stranger talked to me? Probably not great. So how am I gonna make this okay?
Yeah.
And usually it's just by like asking them a question first. And for instance, this one person had a bee on their arm, and I looked over at them and like they didn't have headphones on, which is the first indicator of like, haha, I can talk to this person. They are unprotected. And so I was like, why a bee? And then we started a conversation off of that. I found out that they had gone and like volunteered time to help save bees in California. And bees are dying at an alarming rate. It's not just a meme, it's a real thing. Like bees are dying.
Yeah.
And it's super important that we have them. If I learned anything from the bee movie, it's that. That's the only thing. But do you find that you have more people of like the same sex or opposite sex as your friend?
I definitely have more of the same.
Yeah. I know we talked about this a little bit on your podcast because you brought up that guys and girls weren't sure if they could actually be best friends.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm actually the opposite. I have more female friends than guy friends.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because I'm less macho as a human being. I mean, I do put up this like
I don't know if you're less macho than me.
Well, yeah, but I put up this like front of like the Joey a lot, where it's like, hey, gotta fuck all the ladies and blah, like all that. But no, I mean, I don't talk cars a lot. I don't actually want to disrespect women. Like if I'm in a group and I hear people just like, man, yeah, I was fucking these bitches last night. I was like, well, those bitches have feelings too.
Yeah.
It's like those bitches are humans. That
Did you at least take care of them? Did you make them breakfast in the morning?
Did you make them breakfast? I make them breakfast every time. Sometimes they leave before it. It hurts. I put all this work into this turkey, bacon, eggs, and an orange, and you're just like, nah. Okay, I'll see you later. But no, like I feel like in that sense. Oh, and also sports. Sports really makes me feel less macho or less manly because I don't know shit about them. Yeah. I am starting to learn. I'm learning a little bit. I know the Chiefs lost last night.
Yeah.
Just to date this video. But I have a hard time with that, and so I have an easier time talking to women as like a friend because they feel like they're more emotionally sensitive, and I think that might just intrigue me a little bit because I have a hard time with that side of things, and so I don't know, I find it easier to talk to them. Do you have any reason that you're more inclined to be friends with guys?
Probably because I grew up with I had mom, dad, brother in my household, and probably just because like my brother and my dad got along so well, and I wanted to be a part of that relationship, so like I always aspired to like learn the sports and stuff like that. But also my interests just naturally align with like video games, which is like a male dominated field and things like that. So I feel like that has another part of it where I can just be like, hey, do you play Red Dead Redemption? And then they'll be like, yeah. And then, but like, I don't know. I feel weird doing that to women for whatever reason.
Now if a girl is like, oh my God, I fucking love the Yeehaw GTA, would you just be like, oh, marry me? Or would you just be like,
I'd be curious because I know a lot of girls who are like, GTA is awesome, and I'm like, did you just drive around and kill one person and then did you actually play it?
I feel like GTA and there's like a few games out there that's like they're like surface level games where it's like everybody
you can't really count them. Yeah,
it's like you're not like a gamer. It's like oh, I played Call of Duty once and I played GTA. I'm a real gamer girl. And so I mean I think there's that whole stigma. We won't get into like e-girls and gaming girls right now. Yeah, no, and that makes sense for you to be closer to that. And I wonder if it has something to do with our household dynamics. Because I grew up with mom, sister, me, and my brother was out of the house pretty quick. I mean, pretty quick. He's 7 years older than me, something like that. And so by the time I was 11, he was already like on his way out. And so I think being closer to my mom, and not necessarily closer to my sister, she kind of has this thing against me. for someone who was like so much younger than me, she hated the heck out of me. Like, I was like, I did nothing to you. It's like, you're a baby, stop. But no, I wonder if that has something to do with the reason I feel closer to women, maybe.
Possibly.
But how would you say you'd go about making more friends of the same sex?
I know for girls, I feel like it's naturally harder than it is for like guys to bond. And so like when she says this problem, I don't think it's an uncommon problem. So I feel like just don't focus on like, I need a ton of girlfriends. Just like get the one or the two that you can like bond with and just like make them better friends. And so you still have the girls that you need in your life to do like things that like girls do. Yeah. They do things, right?
Sure.
In their secret time, they charge in the closet or whatever until they need to.
Girl, guys, non-binary, whatever. You can have friends of the same or opposite genders or gender fluid. It doesn't really matter. I think as long as you have friends is really what matters to me. But as far as that goes, I think that answers her first part of the question, which is like, am I the only one who has a hard time befriending? Because you're not alone. I've talked to girls who have girlfriends who are their best friends and then can turn around and just like completely betray them, which is crazy to me.
Yeah,
like they do this thing where like they will just destroy the other person's life and then like a week or two later they make up. I'm like, oh my god, we're best friends again. I'm like,
Yeah.
I could never. Like,
No, not at
like,
all.
One, I could never turn my back on a friend like they do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I value my friends so freaking much that if I lose someone, I'm like, oh my god, like I won't cry at the death in a family, but I just lost a friend that I knew for like 2 months
sure.
who was super close to me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like one of these girls was like her roommates moved out and like took the washer and dryer,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I would never do that to you.
No, that'd be
Like,
terrible.
Like I would figure it out. I'd be like, listen, like I need those things and I'm moving out, but I'll like come back to do like laundry or whatever, or like work out with you, or at least tell you, like if I owned those things, I was like, oh hey,
these
I'm
are mine.
out.
Yeah,
these are mine. Like, do I need to leave them here for a little bit for you to get a new one? Like that kind of stuff. Figure it out. It's like they just like straight up no warning. It was like, I mean, they were hers.
Wow.
But
yeah,
she just like no warning came back one
gone.
day. I think she said she came back from work and like all of their stuff was gone. Like all of like this person's stuff. They had completely moved all their things out and took the washer and dryer.
And didn't even know they were leaving to begin with, or did they?
I think they knew that they were leaving eventually, but just like pretty much without warning was just like, oh yeah, this random day.
Wow.
Gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, whoa. I think what triggered it, they might have gotten like in some argument or something.
And I feel like sometimes it's probably has to do with like girls being more in touch with emotions and stuff. And they're like, they said this thing, and I was like, well, that's not inherently bad. And then they're like, yeah, but this is what they meant. And I'm like, but they didn't say that. So like, and then I feel like sometimes fights get started because of that.
Get started.
No, but that's why like fights that happen and escalate.
Go ahead.
Because like both sides feel like someone said something that had this undertone that like neither one of them really intended for.
Yeah, I don't get that at all. Like I don't do subtext well. If something's wrong, I would rather that the person just told me like straight up.
For sure.
And if they tell me that they're okay or fine, I'm gonna be like, all right, you're fine.
Yeah.
I learned recently, I'll say recent, in the last year and a half or so, I'm fine is code for things are not okay at all. Like things are bad. Like like if you say it's I'm fine, go have fun, you don't go have fun. That's you got to deal with this shit right now.
No.
But as far as making more girlfriends, I don't think you need to. It shouldn't. Just make more friends. Just have people you like being around. There's no reason you should force.
But there is a reason to like oh, I want these things that like a girl would do with me, but my guy friends might be like begrudgingly do, and so there's a little understanding of like why you'd want that.
I guess I understand that. I guess I forget that I'm a little bit more fluid in that sense, or a little bit more lax. When if a girl's like, oh my god, I want to go shopping, or like some other stereotypical
I want to get my nails done, like depending on your guy friends, they would totally do that. Do that with you, and you'd have a good time.
It's like I'd be down. I'm down for like pretty much anything. If someone comes at me with an adventure, I'm just like, yes. Oh my god,
never done that before. Yes, of course.
It's like I'll go get my nails done. I'll go get a mani pedi with you. I'll go do this. I'll whatever. It's not a huge deal to me. And I mean, her last question is, how can I change this? I say that she doesn't need to. How would you suggest?
But if you really need to, I put yourself in like clubs and scenarios of things that you already like. Don't force yourself to like be something you're not, and see if you can find girls within those groups.
Yeah, it sounds like she might be in college, and so that'd be a good thing. Go to clubs and befriend people. So, just as far as anxiety, stop it. There you go. You're cured.
It gets better with age. It does.
I think the more you expose yourself to it, the easier it is. So, but that is the last question for tonight. We're actually going a little bit long on this episode. So if you hung out throughout the entire thing, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys being here. We are back, baby.
Yeah.
We're back doing podcasts. We haven't done podcasts for like
a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's felt really awkward. And right after we got someone tweeting about the show, they're just like, oh my god, I love the show. And then we're like, cool, we're moving.
Cool, you get no more for a month.
You get no more. We took a mid-season break, I guess. But all of these questions came from Reddit or somewhere on the internet or our own email. So if you want to ask us any questions, you can go to Humorish.tm at gmail.com. Send us a question. Or if you want to be on Twitter and be all tech savvy, you can follow us at Humorish_TM and use the hashtag IDK Tho show to get us to answer your questions. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.